Yes, yes, yes. This is the HL podcast for our HL Tuesdays. We are the dopest podcast in the DMV, presented to you all by the Harris Firm and Willpower Innovations. I am Amrock alongside your boy Chief.
Man, let's get it, man. We
Let's
excited about this one.
Yeah, very excited, very excited. Now tonight it's our HL interviews where we sit down and converse with up and coming and established Black entrepreneurs, activists, musicians, educators, politicians to learn more about them, their businesses, and their plans to potentially help the Black community. All right, now people, please remember that all of our previous interview episodes are now available on all major podcast platforms as well as our YouTube channel. Right now, we are broadcasting live on the Roku platform and Apple TV on the Politicking app via Politicking Broadcasting. A very special shout out to the StreamYard platform where we are live right now on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Thank you all for following us on Facebook, TikTok, and IG at the HL Podcast. Thank everybody so much. And lastly, thank you everybody for showing us love on our 7th issue of the HL magazine, which is now available on our IG page at the HL Mag and will soon be available on the Black Lotus website. All right.
Yes, sir. That was a great wrap up. Let's get it. So, man, I ain't no further ado. I ain't gonna say much. Our boy Suni, aka Samurai Suni. We gonna go ahead and bring my guy in.
Right.
Yes, sir. What's up with you?
What's good with you, man?
Man.
What's good, man?
You know what I'm saying? Just, striding, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to get to it.
I hear you. Hey, look, say less. You said less. A million things in one sentence, so I hear you. So we gonna get right to it. So I was listening to one of your videos on your IG, and you said when people listen to your music, you want them to relax and fully be themselves. I'm gonna ask you this: what do you believe your living purpose is? I know you said that, but tell the people, other than that, what else do you feel your purpose is in this world?
Man, that's a great question right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that takes time, that takes getting to know yourself truly. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I feel like my true purpose in the world is to bring light to the world. Hence why the name is Suni. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to shed my light in the darkest of places. And that's been evidenced throughout my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Music is just one of the tools to do so. You know what I mean? So I got a lot of plans that I think, you know, that I have in the works as far as not just right now, but in the further along in the future, you know what I'm saying? Further than music, further than a musician would go, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I take it by stride.
I hear that. That's a great answer. Appreciate that. So take us to the beginning. So you were born and raised in Cali?
Yeah, I was born and raised in California, Inglewood Hospital. Gardena, California is pretty much where I was raised. And then later on, when I got into high school, I moved to Fontana, California, which was like a whole new world for me. You know what I mean? And then after that, I went to college, played ball in Utah, and then went back to California. And now I'm back in Utah, just trying to like make my own way. You know what I mean?
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. So growing up in Cali, man, how was that? You know, I'm a big NWA fan. You know, I have some family out there too. So we know so much of the culture. My guy Amrock, he's definitely in the music. So we know a lot about the hip hop and rap culture. You know, get the folks like you're coming up in those times.
Man, California is a whole vibe. It's like no matter where I go, I can't shake the Cali off of me. You know what I'm saying? Like people be acting like they be looking at me weird, like when I say certain things and stuff like that. It's just Cali boy in me, and it's always gonna be there. You know what I mean? We're California. We're so blessed with just a great vibe and stuff like that, and great musicians, and you know what I'm saying. Even though it's beautiful and it can get wicked too at sometimes, you know what I'm saying. You learn from a lot of that stuff. You know what I mean? Growing up, I was raised by a whole bunch of California players. You know what I'm saying? Like my grandma be driving in a Cadillac with her pin pads. You know, driving. You know what I'm saying? Hey. So like, I kind of took that approach. You know, to everything. Like even music. You know what I'm saying? And the people I listened to, even though they were very much on some gang stuff and some player shit, I also had a mixture of like people. Like when I was in this church fraternity called Alpha Mu Omega. I had one of my big brothers. He put me on Common, like Water for Chocolate. and that kind of that twisted my whole mind up. You know what I'm saying, and that made me like about poetry and soul music and stuff like that. So I kind of implemented my Cali behaviors and my Cali player slang with the southern like the like you know music and stuff like that. So that's what really embedded me. And Andre 3000, honestly, Andre 3000, man, people used to talk talking like him. I didn't get it until like later when I'm like listening to myself and I'm like, yo, like, because Andre 3000, he was one of those, man, you had to like dig deep into like sometimes what he says, like, you know what I'm saying? And then you look back like, oh crap, like he's so ahead of his time and still is, you know what I mean? It's just like those, I'm a music nerd, you know what I mean? Anything that can make me feel, anything that can give me goosebumps when I listen to it, I automatically take to it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it was for me.
That's deep. That's deep. Speaking of dig deep, shout out to the writing team. So tell us about the transition / evolution from going from Marcus Peace to Suni. Now that's your name.
Oh shit. Yo, that's crazy.
Got him. Got him.
Got him for real.
Hey, we do our research, man. We do our research, man.
Not prepared.
It's a blessing to have people on, so we gotta show respect, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah, and when I became Marcus Peace, man, I had dug deep into like my consciousness, and like during that time, I was raised in the church and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? So me stepping out of church was just like, I was going against everything that my family wanted for me. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't want me to do this, they wanted me to stay in college and do these other things, but I'm a very passionate person, and when I believe in something and I want to do something, I'm gonna do it regardless. Yeah. So I knew that I had to show them I wasn't just gonna do that typical rap stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like I was gonna stand for something when I did it, you know. So Marcus Peace really became like who I was evolving to. And if people like really listen to my stuff from the beginning, I had always told people I was going to change my name. Like these were chapters in my life that I was going through to get to this point. So when I became Suni Rye, it was just like, it was something that like, honestly, I feel like it was given to me. Like it was something that it was like, okay, you completed this part of this journey in your life. Like now you know what you really want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was just small pieces of the puzzle. Now you really know what you got to do. Now it's up to you, and you have evolved into this person. Well, before I used to like, I love R&B. Like anybody that me, you know, like I'm an R&B kid. You know what I'm saying? Like I love hip hop. Don't get me wrong, but I'm an R&B soul type of dude. Like anybody know me. So if I wasn't put that in my music, I would be lying to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be giving you my full self. So it came to a point where it was just like I was growing, I was maturing. I understand where I'm supposed to go with this, and yeah, man, it's a deep dive in to the name that I have, but it was definitely given to me for the sake of me knowing my purpose and knowing exactly what I'm trying to do with my life.
Way to tie all of that in. That was perfect. So we talk purpose. We talk your name. Now let's talk passion, which you actually brought up in that whole segment right there. Shout out to the writing team again. So what was your first passion? If it wasn't music, was it basketball? Was it just regular arts? Is it just all expressive arts? What was your first passion?
Man, I'm a chameleon, man. You know what I'm saying? So my first passion, a whole bunch of things. You know what I mean? Like basketball was my passion, sports in general, but also theater. You know, like I went to school out here on a theater scholarship. You know, and so those were my passions. I knew I wanted to go pro in basketball, but I didn't have enough people around me to believe in me, and honestly, I didn't have the confidence because of the people around me that didn't believe in me to do that dream. You know what I mean? So it was something I learned from it, and then it makes me think about like living life with regret and never want to have that feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's why I go now. And so, like, with theater, man, like it's crazy because I was looking at theater like the Jamie Foxx show, Martin, funny shit. You know what I'm saying? Like funny shit like that. Yeah. I get to college and people wearing tights and shit and all this extra shit. I'm
like, what is going on? Like, hold up.
I couldn't do it, Jack. I could not do it. And but it was a stepping point in my life too, because it made me realize that I really wanted to be authentically myself. Even though I love to entertain, I want to do it in my own terms. You know what I mean? So that was really my purpose. Like that was like my passion at first. Like was basketball and theater. You know what I mean? I was gonna do one or the other.
Cool. Yeah, I hear that. So I know you touched base on R&B. You know how that's how your sound is, Andre 3K. Can you dive a little bit deeper and tell the folks how you actually describe the way you make music and just your music in general?
All right, so the way I describe like how I make music, my intentions, it depends. Like if it's rap, I'm trying to go for your head. You know what I'm saying? That's where I become Samurai Suni. You know what I'm saying?
I hear
that. But that's because I'm a competitor, and you know what I mean, that's just the competitive nature in me. But if I'm doing like R&B, it's different. Like I wanna make it. I want you to feel it in your heart. I want it to feel genuine. I want it to feel pure and soothing. You know what I mean? Like going back to the people I listen to R&B wise, you know, Jacket Edge, Genuine, and people like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, you felt their music. You truly felt it. It was like a warm guy. Well, it's like that. If we're talking about overall sound of me, man, it's just a mixture of everything. It's a mixture of philosophy. It's a mixture of ratchetness at sometimes. It's a mixture of play. It's a mixture of love. You know what I mean? It's a mixture of romanticism. It's all that. It's everything. It's poetry. You know what I'm saying? But it's also the my flaws. You know what I'm saying? Out for people to listen to, which is okay with me. It took me a minute to be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I can talk about myself like this and have people accept it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a minute, because you know I'm such a closed off person. I'm the only child, so I'm used to only have. And again, too, like music is the only way I feel like is I can express myself. It's my only therapy, really, because I can't really just talk to a stranger and tell you all this type of stuff about. You know what I'm saying? Like only way it could come out, and somebody told me something deep too. They said it's the way you choose for you to, you know what I mean, to get through stuff. You know what I mean? And that might be true. Like I maybe just only choose to have put it out where, you know what I'm saying, where I feel the most comfortable. So I think like my music is everything in that. It's like I want you to know that I'm trying to push the envelope with this when it comes to this music thing. I'm not just trying to be just like a rapper or a singer. I really want to test my ability with this music and what it could be, and what we can do with it. And especially now, man. I remember before Drake came out, man, niggas wasn't singing and rapping like that. Like you got to do one. Now you got a whole generation of people that's doing singing, rapping, wearing nail polish, pink, all that.
Right.
It was none of that. I couldn't do it. It's like either one or the other. So I think now we get to a point where it's like it's acceptable, but I don't want it just to like I don't want it to just be like, okay, he's singing and rapping. I want you to realize that it's real music that I'm really trying to put out there. You know what I'm saying? Not just some drug infused music. Like, I really want you to feel I want it to be a vibe. I want it to feel good. I want it to feel safe too.
Yeah, I hear that. That's perfect. That's a great answer. You know, sometimes it's hard to even listen to most of this music because people forget that most of the music play in your unconscious world when you're sleeping, when you're driving, when you're in the shower, when you're not truly thinking. And that Molly Percocet, now you're wondering why you on the Molly Percocet. So I'm glad you said that. So let's talk progress now. So back in 2014, you dropped your first freestyle on YouTube. How do you feel like you progressed since then, especially now with the recent freestyles that you've dropped on TikTok, the new platform?
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all how it all got started. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was college. I came back out here. I came back to California, I mean, and my homies was like, bro, you really about to rap? And I'm like, yeah, nigga, I'm about to rap. Like, you know, but they looking like they concerned. You know what I'm saying? So like, they like, you really about to rap? And my homeboy, I never forget this. My homeboy looked at me. He was like, "Oh, Marcus, you rapping now, huh?" Like, you know what I mean, in a joking manner. But man, I'm one thing about me, bro, is that you tell me I can't do it. I'm really invest my time and my effort to the max to do it. So they're laughing at me, like kind of like, oh, okay, y'all don't see was really good. You know what I'm saying? So I remember the first time I ever got in the studio, the homie kicked me out the studio and let some other dude do my part. You know what I'm saying? My best man out laughing at me, bro, laughing at me.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
The next day, bro, we driving. We was living with some with some strippers at the time. We was driving them to work. The whole time I'm writing, not even to a beat, just writing the whole day. My homie like, what the fuck, what you on, bro? Like, nah, I don't even trip. Like, you writing the whole time. A week later, I dropped my first ever song, and it did pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And then I dropped my first mixtape, and that's when I seen a lot of fakeness around me. You know what I'm saying? Because it was the same people that was dissing me that now wanted to be up with me. You know what I mean? So I had to realize myself is that you gotta prove yourself to people. Nobody ain't gonna give you nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so like I really got. That's why I adapted the samurai mentality, is because I gotta take this. Y'all gonna have to see what I'm really about, man. It's about the hunger and the passion. You might have been good. You might have been better than me when I first started, but you ain't gonna be better at me when you finish. I bet you that.
Yeah, right. I hear that. Yeah.
So when it comes to that, it's like being in the gym, bro. Like, you might not be able to lift your max weight, and you gonna keep going, you gonna keep grinding, and you gonna keep shining. You know what I'm saying? And so for me right now, it's like I've been doing this so long since then. It's like I'm so comfortable in my ability. You know, I've grown to be comfortable in how I rap now. Like I don't question my voice, question how I'm gonna release it. I know what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying at this point now. So it's so much different from when I first started freestyling on YouTube and stuff like that, where it was more like finding myself compared to finding myself and being, you know what I'm saying, 2 feet down with it, you know what I'm saying, understanding where I'm
right.
So yeah, I've grown more than just not just a rapper freestyling, but as an artist. I can really say that I'm an artist now. You know what I mean? And that was the difference between trying to prove something back then to me knowing who I am now and doing it.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, definitely appreciate that. So, with the music that you put out, right? It seems like you'll have your you all into hip hop and putting out that fire, putting out the rhymes. Then you transition into what you sometimes call trippy R&B, right? And then you'll transition back to hip hop. Tell us about that transition for you.
Man, to me, honestly, it's just the balance. It's just the balance. It's the yin and the yang. When I'm rapping, you got hard, this feeling that you're gonna get, and then you got the balance where it's more feminine, so to speak. You know what I'm saying, with R&B and stuff like that. It's really just a balance, and I like to play with the audience. You know what I'm saying? I love to play with the audience. I'm gonna get you hooked on one sound, and I'm gonna put you on something else. And it really, but the Rai in my name, really, I'm in the Tai Chi, and it really is the yin and the yang. You know what I'm saying? So when the Rai came, like, it was a cartoon called Tai Chi Chasers. This is how I got the name Rai. It was a cartoon called Tai Chi Chasers, and my animal, I feel like, is a tiger. You know what I'm saying? That's why I put a tiger and everything. And when he gets to this card, guess what he turned into? A tiger. You know
that's crazy.
So yeah, so it was like that's how I kind of got the name. Is really just attempting to balance. The Suni is like the hardcore shit, and the Rise is the feminine shit. It's just really like the balance. But then I try to keep within myself. It's music, and like I said, I like to play with the audience. I like them to think that I rap, but then I'm gonna hit you with something that's totally different than how I'm rapping. You know what I mean?
Fact.
That's dope.
Yeah. That's dope. So, everybody's been affected by the pandemic. How has the pandemic and everything affected you?
Man, I was in a 5-year relationship, and when the pandemic hit, we broke up, man. So it started off fucked up for me already. You know what I'm saying? But it was perfect because it gave me time to really, really grow. Like, and I think now that we're in this pandemic now, that it's been some time, I think we all kind of like maneuvering the way we try to maneuver and try to do our best. You know what I'm saying? Stay ahead. But, you know, honestly, like, of course, this is a terrible time, you know what I'm saying? And again, going back to the balance, you know, it's always going to be good with the bad, bad with the good, you know what I'm saying? And this right now, I'm not even reflecting on the bad stuff. Don't get me wrong, man. 20 and 2021, man, this shit been crazy. This is not like,
yo, this has been wild, man.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking, like, man, this is like some movie
wild
shit.
Yeah.
Jeez, but you know what I'm saying? We can't keep our head down, man. We just gotta, you know what I mean, be creative, be more creative with this shit. That's all it is. And you know what? It's gonna show who really stands the test of time with this music stuff or trying to get on, because it's like it's easily just like to chill and not do nothing with it, but you can really if you pay attention, the music game been going in this route that we doing right now for a long, long time.
That's fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is it's been trying to go this way for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not the current is totally against us as musicians at all. You know, we just got to find a way. We got to get on TikTok. We got to start politicking more. You know what I'm saying? And it's getting to. I have a song with somebody from Africa, bro. Like, I'm able to reach out to people from Africa now and stuff like that. Like it's
that's true. Yeah. Wow.
You know? So it's like it's a bad time. Don't get me wrong at all, but if you really about what you say you about, you'll find a way. You know what I'm saying? Where there's a will, there definitely is a way. Most definitely. So that's what I had. That's what I mean. I've learned a lot about myself and how strong I am, and also how I can emerge well. You know what I'm saying? Do what I'm supposed to do. Carry out my purpose. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't be here doing time if you didn't have a purpose at all.
Facts.
Absolutely.
So you gotta find it and do it.
Facts. Definitely gotta just keep pushing forward, man. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. So your 3-3 EP, right? That had some definite bangers on there. You know, you had the Sunny Night, and you definitely had the Twin Flame joint. That's, you know, that video is just crazy, right? Dope, excellent work, right? What was the motivation going into that EP?
Man, if you look at the cover, it's totally who I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's totally, I knew the homies was gonna get on my head. Like, you don't understand. Like, niggas was calling me Pootie Tang for like the whole month after that. You know what I'm saying? And I embraced it because that's what it was for. It was like I said, it was put in the envelope. You know what I'm saying? It's like you guys are so used to hearing this and seeing this part of me. Y'all don't even know I'm so comfortable in my art right now. I'm so comfortable with who I am. Saying, like, you know what I'm saying? You can say anything to me about this and it won't affect me because I know exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make beautiful music. I want it to look beautiful. I want you to feel beautiful when you listen to it. So that's why the Flame video was like that, because I'm really, really a geek when it comes to art in general. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted the video to be beautiful. I wanted it to just not me. I didn't even want to be in the video. That's how beautiful I wanted it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted be like different people in it, like showing love with painting, and you don't even know where they at. You know what I'm saying? Like the Twin Flame, just the concept of it was just, it had to be different from anything else that I put out in music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That song, that EP had no rapping. It was uncomfortable for me, honestly, because I never if I'm not rapping or putting songs about lovemaking, I feel slightly like I'm not doing my part. But this was totally different. I wanted people to feel like it was like a ghetto Prince. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted people to feel that way. You know, I was just to a whole.
I feel that though.
Man. Yeah, like because I'm such a fan of Prince himself, the man himself. But I know that I'm not Prince. You know what I'm saying? I'm me, but I can show my appreciation and I can show the love that he has for the art. I feel that passion. I honestly do. The way he fought for his freedom as a musician, I feel that. So all that, the cover, everything was pretty much dedicated to him, honestly. Just to have my love for the art does. And like I said, just pushing the envelope. You know what I'm saying? So 3-3 was totally different, and I was excited for it. I'm still excited for it. It's been making moves. So, man, when y'all hear this next EP though, it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy.
We'll be waiting on it.
It's gonna be
facts. So what's more challenging, man? Spitting or singing and why?
Great question. I would say singing is more challenging. Singing for me because I'm such a fan of the art. Like I don't want to do anything to mess it up. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a natural singer that like, you know, I sing like I did concert choir in high school and stuff, but I'm not like I never had to sing by myself. You know what I'm saying? So I people would tell you when they in the studio with me, I overthink singing a lot. I don't want to tamper with it. With rap, it's just like I said, I've been doing it for so long and I'm so comfortable in it, which I will eventually get to with R&B. But when I do rap, it's like breathing to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I don't I'm gonna say it's not challenging, but it's definitely it's just okay.
Yeah,
so
it's a party.
rap, like, I'm physically rapping. It's nothing. I can come up with it with all like you know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing. Singing, like the concept and stuff, it's so naturally me. I can come up with the concept of what I'm trying to sing. But performing it is a totally different story. It's a totally
I get that.
story.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
You know what I'm saying? The sound is like a certain way, and I don't want to fuck shit up. I don't want to mess it up. My bad. I don't want to mess things up. You know what I'm saying?
No,
so
you good.
Like,
you good.
Sometimes I go back. Like sometimes I'll be second guessing. Like, bro, you can't hit that note. And sometimes I'll be surprised at myself. Like, oh damn, like I really hit that note. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's fun, but it's definitely more challenging than rapping for sure.
Okay, that's a bet. So, in your opinion, right? Other than yourself, right? Who are the top artists, either right now or all time, that perfectly mesh hip hop and R&B together?
Sheesh. Yeah, I knew that was gonna hit him. Woo! That's tough.
I mean, we heard
talking about rappers, rap singers that's out right now.
Yeah, either like right now or all time. Like you kind of said a few. You mentioned Drake, right? You mentioned Andre 3000. You know, who else?
Shit, man, that's hard, bro.
I know.
I'm gonna throw one in there. Lauryn Hill.
Yo, Lauryn Hill for sure. She is my idol. Like if I could say a sound I want it to sound like, I want to be the male version of Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she was a beast, bro. You so right. I'm glad you said that. I can't believe I almost forgot that. I would say I'm a fan of Tory Lanez too. You know what I'm saying? I like Tory Lanez and what he's doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Boy can spit and he's super creative with his voice. But if we're talking about like singers, rappers, that can like they can put both together. Yeah, I don't think it's nobody fucking with Hill. I don't know.
I know.
What y'all think?
It's tough.
I mean, shoot, to me, like I said, the three names that I said, to me, you know, as far as like on an all-time scope, you know, the Drakes, Andre 3000, the Lauryn Hills of the world. I like Tory Lanez as well. Chris Brown can
of course CB.
Yeah, Chris Brown can dabble in it. You know, so So that's like 5 right there. That's 5.
Yeah, that's 5. I like Trey Songz as well. Trey Songz, CB. That's kind of my lane. I rock with them.
I mean, you know,
I would definitely put songs in that for sure.
Yeah.
Trey Songz, man, he had the wave for a minute.
Yeah, definitely. He was holding it down. That boy from VA, Petersburg. Yes, sir. Virginia boy. Hey, shout out my boy Trey Songz.
Yeah, man, I fuck with Trey. He's part of my inspiration too, no doubt, man. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Trey Songz, man. I remember he was getting on the mixtapes and shit. Like, man, I used to try to copy his swagger so much. Trying to holler at the chicks. So
I think we all did that.
Facts.
Oh man. So back in December. Oh, it's not. This junk going slow. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Everything froze real quick. So back in December, you posted a quote, and I like to quote it real quick. It says, "The only impossible journey is the one you never began," which is a tough quote. Please reflect on your overall journey so far. and what will ultimately satisfy you?
My journey is, I think when I look back at my journey, it's gonna be the craziest shit ever, and I think that people will get that. Why I say that, but like going to that quote, I would have never done half of this stuff, man. I was I wasn't say too sheltered, but I was pretty sheltered. I was a mama's boy. It was just me and my mom's. You know what I'm saying? It's me being the only child, and me being a boy at that. So a lot of things she didn't want me to do. You dig? So it was like a lot of stuff I wouldn't. I was scared when I went to college and did theater. It was because I was scared to become a rapper because I was scared of what my mom was gonna say. You know what I'm saying? So my journey is just like stepping outside the box and being comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And really, you really gotta just take it how it comes. And when I look back and I look back on my life and what I would deem as successful is having kids that don't have to go through the same things I had to go through, the struggling, and the mom struggle. You know what I'm saying? I want them to have their own. I want something I can pass down to them. I want a legacy for my family. You know what I mean? My family only know the hood. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's to me, and having businesses and building up people and being able to be generous with your money, far as like helping people that need help. You know what I'm saying? That really need help. You know what I mean? We always gloating about this money that we have and doing money funds and shit like that, bro. If I had that shit, I wouldn't care about that, because we talking about going to Mars, but we can fix this Earth that we already own, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Just
like,
talking about that earlier.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if to me that's success. If I can't share it with the world and help build the world and architect the world like how it's supposed to be, then it's not success to me, because to me that's just a selfish thing. Like, you know what I mean? We are here to build this world. So to me that's, and if I can't do it while I'm doing it what I love to do, which is music, then that wouldn't be success. I gotta do music. That's just who I am. When I look the way I chose music is because I fell out of love with basketball. I fell out of love with theater. But one love that always stuck was music. And I couldn't shake it. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, man. Like, that's what it is. That's what success will be for me.
That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. I'm glad you explained that to folks, because you know that jack of all trades, master of none thing rolls in our community, because we could do it all, you know. But you said it perfectly. One thing will stick, maybe two, maybe three at times, but one will stay forever, and that's the one you're supposed to hold on to and cultivate and grow, cultivate, grow, and just go through that cycle. So I'm glad you said that to the folks. Let me ask you, what advice would you give to any young folk that's aspiring to create their own lane in music, their own lane really in anything, just like you did? What advice would you
give? One, be open to change, because things are subject to change at all times. That's one thing that was hard to understand. Also, be a man or woman about your stuff. Like, if this is what you want to do, don't take no for an answer. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got made fun of hard. That only pushed me. That only drove. That made a monster out of me. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep that ambition. You got to keep that fire. You got to keep having. You got to be humble about it too. I mean, it's cool to be cocky. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? You can play with the balance of it, but you got to be humble in order for you to see what's going to come next. You know what I'm saying? I signed two deals that both went to shit. You know what I'm saying? And it broke me, but it also made a savage out of me. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take the good with the bad. Realize when you get up, you don't get down. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. It's all about how you get up, but get back up. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. You really want to do this, even if it's not music, if it's creating your own business. You know what I'm saying? You got to charge it to the game. You don't lose some, you don't win some. That's just what it is. And to stay strong and build character out of it.
Yep. Like that.
That's agreed. I agreed 100%. So last question out of this amazing interview. What's next up for you? What are your goals? What are your ambitions that you got? Any projects that you could tell us about? Anything? Go ahead, give it.
Yeah, you just say you was working on some new music. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if y'all can see this right here, but I got the Free Mind. I'm part of a group called Free Mind Movement. You know what I'm saying? It's bringing people together, got that. We got some videos coming out with that. I got some R&B coming out, you know what I'm saying, that I'm super excited for. But I got a song called Hate Love as well that's coming out. The video, we just finished the video for it. Shout out to my boy Justin for that did that, man. And man, it's so funny because I was talking to my producer today, man. It was just like, man, we got so much stuff in the archive, bro. We just getting locked and loaded and we just ready to go. But I'm trying to strategize it as well. So you know what I'm saying? I got my Free Mind project coming out. I got the R&B stuff coming out, and I got some rap stuff coming out. And I'm going to hit y'all with freestyles from TikTok every now and then, maybe some songs, some R&B songs as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep going. You know what I mean? I want y'all to feel how I really am. And that's a hustler, man. I'm going to get it by any means necessary. So I got a lot of stuff happening. And I'm excited about for sure. And growth. You know what I mean? Growing spiritually and mentally, physically. You know what I mean? All that stuff is all to come. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I can speak for Chief when I say like we had that same type of mentality, right? Like we just want to, it's like, you know, you just want to put it all out there. You know, that's why we're doing it with the podcast, the mag, all that shit. You know what I mean? Like Will killing it with the graphics out there, like just trying to flood the block. You know what I mean? And just, you know, and just keep it going. You know, keep that consistency going. So I definitely appreciate that.
Facts. I like to add.
Get it, man.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta have more than one avenue to get it. You know what I mean? You got to go multiple ways from multiple different directions. So I'm proud of y'all, man. I respect it for real with all y'all doing, man. And thank you for reaching out to me for sure.
We appreciate that. Appreciate that.
So right now we're about to get into our quick five real quick. All right. So we're gonna ask you 5 questions. We just need 5 quick answers to each question. All right. So first up. Tell us one thing that you know now that you wish you knew at the beginning of your journey.
It's crazy. What you always hear, but how dirty, how grimy the game is. I mean, but you gotta feel, you gotta know, you gotta know it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's one thing for sure. Like I knew it was grimy, but it's grimy.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what's
up. Which public figure that has passed on would you have loved to have met? Maybe you know, talked about potential opportunities, experiences, or just pick their brain for their knowledge.
That's too easy, man. Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle, great man.
Okay. Yep. Definitely. Yo, rest in peace.
Definitely.
Rest in peace in that, man.
Yeah.
Next, please say a curse word that you use in your everyday vocabulary.
Fuck.
Perfect.
That is crazy, man. That's probably the 5th one we got so far, right.
Man. Hey, that's always gonna be a classical right there.
Yeah, for real though.
Hey, thanks for the energy with that one too.
Facts.
Yo, crazy. So you know, we see you dab a little bit out there. What's the best Cali smoke?
Lately I've been on Mint Kush lately. You know what I'm saying? I love the vibe of Mint Kush. That's been my shit for like a couple of months right now. Yeah, man, I've been rocking with that heavy. KK is good too. You know what I'm saying? I don't just say it because it's Wiz Khalifa strain, but that shit hit. It's one of my favorites right now. So I would have to say those are my 2 favorites at the moment.
All right, that's a bet. Yes, that's a bet.
And
finally, and finally, what do you often pray for the most?
That's a great question, man. I pray all the time, and I pray always to be a better man. That's the first thing I always say. God, make me a better man, because that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Beyond the music, beyond all this stuff like that, it's about your character, you know, and what people say about you when you long and gone. So, you know, just to be a better man.
Respect that. Well, people, that is our interview. All right, we want to thank everybody for listening and viewing us right now. Please check out Suni on IG and TikTok. please go check out his YouTube channel. The videos is going crazy on there. The views is going crazy, man. Sonny, do you have any closing remarks? Anything you want to say to the people? If you want to drop a little freestyle, whatever you want to do, however you feeling,
I'm gonna just keep it pure, man. I'm glad to see y'all doing y'all thing, man. I'm glad to see black folks, hustling, getting to it, you know what I'm saying, and being about something.
Appreciate that.
And fighting during this time, man. It's a beautiful thing to see, you know what I'm saying? And for the people watching, man, yeah, thank you. If you do listen to my music, if you don't, it's all good. I love it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, stay blessed, stay true, and stay you like always. You know what I mean? Stay strong.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. Yeah, my boy CG. He said, great interview as always, fellas. He always tune in. We appreciate you, CG.
Definitely.
But yeah, thank you to StreamYard platform once again for letting us stream live this evening. Definitely follow us on IG, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, all the above, all at the HL Podcast. And we'll be back very, very soon on that HL Thursday with a new episode. So be ready.
Hey, man, peace and love, everybody. Thanks again, Sonny, man. We definitely appreciate this, man.
Definitely.